Hey, welcome, everybody. This is God Concept Podcast, episode number 16. I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. To be honest with you, I don't know how this podcast sounds because I'm recording it with my beats on. So yeah, that's a thing. But other than that, man, I put out a new album. I believe the day it came out. Do I got my watch on? Yeah, I think it came out today on the 20th. I listened to it myself. Title of it is called F, right? The F, right? Just a F with like a foil laminated cover, whatever we made with lights and fluid called up or whatever. Slick cover, right? Um, I entitled it F because for one thing, every title on the album starts with F. So that's first of all why every title on the album is, you know, why the title of the album is F. Right? And I listened to the album. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion of the album. Even though I made the album, I just want to give you my honest opinion of the album. I actually like it. I do. It's really dope. I miss melodic. It's like a slow R&B type feel. I speed it up at times. You know what I mean? It's a little hip hop in there too. It's a little hip hop sprinkled in there. Little, a lot of R&B, little hip hop, little reggae, little something new. You know, something different, something to break the monotony of what we used to hearing all the time. Right? It's something different. You know, a few tracks on there really grabbed me, like the joint Free. I was really proud of that one. I was really proud of all of them, first of all, because I love all my projects. I try to put my all into them. Sometimes it's hard to do that because I'm learning the whole production process of the thing. I'm just good at really writing and things like that. But I've been working on books and other things. And if you know, you know. When you're working on too many things at one time, you're trying to get proficient at each and every craft that you're working on. So something's gonna lack. So my production kind of lacks, but I think I'm picking it up and learning how to produce songs a little bit better, I should say. Um, yeah, I appreciate, anybody and everybody who helped me through this process. You know what I mean? Even the people who helped me and we don't speak. You know what I mean? It's unsaid due credit right there. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm proud of it. Just trying something different, just throwing something out there. I'm not really, you know, in it for any type of, you know, anything. I just wanted to put music out there because that's what I love to do. The books are out there because that's what I love to do. Spread positivity, spread a good message. You know, I understand a lot of people get in it because they want a lot of fame and glitz and glamour and stuff. Really, I'm not in it for that. I'm just in it to bring a positive message, a different point of view, a different way of thought, a different way of thinking. That's what the podcast is about. That's all I'm promoting. You know what I mean? Um, Spiritual health, wellness, mental health and wellness, and physical health and wellness. Because while I'm talking about it, I'm trying to do the same thing in my life. You know what I mean? And what I'm trying to do is really break the confines of what some people think they're able to do and what they're able not to do. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I look at some children, you know what I mean? My children, for example, and I spent, I spend nights with my kids and stuff like that, and we have a great time, playing around and talking and conversing. Because me, I want to know what's on their mind. I want to know what they think. You know what I mean? Because what they think is a lot of times, what's troubling them or what's going on in their mind is like parents don't care enough about what their child think. But if you're a person and you live life, think about the thoughts that you have on a daily basis. Wouldn't you want to know what your child thinks on a daily basis? That's why I inquire about what my children are thinking. You know what I mean? Whenever I can, I want to know what's on their mind exactly. And I let them know what's on my mind. I'm an open book. I got an open door policy. Not just with my kids, uh, with anybody I meet. If I'm I don't know. Sometimes you're just not open to everybody. But with my kids, I gotta have that open door policy. I used to be an open book. I used to, wear my heart on my sleeve and everything like that, and I still do to some extent. It's just I gotta isolate myself because of the type of person I am, and um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just an observer. So I isolate myself. I observe, and I like to meditate a lot, and I just like to connect with nature. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's that, man. I'm just on their heads. I'm trying to teach them about having a business mindset and how to, you know, how to still be a preteen or a teenager, and still have a business mindset. Whereas though you got time for your friends and you got time to have fun and you got time for this and that, but also you got to put yourself on a schedule where you're running something, you're doing some type of business, you're trying to monetize something to make it, grow into something for when you're older. Because a lot of people get caught up on this, oh, I got to do X, Y, Z before I could do this, and I got to do X, Y, Z before I could do that. And no, you really don't. You just got to know the ABCs. You don't got to do X, Y, and Z when you know the ABCs. You see what I mean? If you know the ABCs of the game, if you know the ABCs of what's going on out here, you really don't have to ask anybody to do anything nowadays. They put it in the palm of your hand. If you want to read my literature, it's in the palm of your hand right now. You probably listen to this podcast on the phone right now, more than likely, if you're hearing it. So if you got a phone in your hand, you got my books, One Leap of Faith, Morals and Value. If you got a phone in your hand, you got my album in your hand. My new album F. You got my previous album before that, Nature. And I got pretty dope ass music. I mean, I love my music personally. It's a different point of view. It's a different sound. And like I said, I'm still gaining proficiency. So the more I do it, the better I get. The more the music you're gonna hear. You're gonna hear the growth in the music. I'm just trying new stuff, to be honest with you. I'm trying to touch all genres because I'm a universal type of person. I don't like to separate myself from anybody or anything because of differences in our geographical location, in our ethnical belief, or our cultural differences. Right? It's all about connecting with each other. It's about being one with each other because we are one with each other. Right? We all got this personal trinity within us, and that's connected somehow. You know, and we all got to understand that we all walk the same walk. We all talk the same talk to some extent. We all live in this life to some, you know what I mean? To some degree, you got to have that mutual respect for somebody that's living life and who's learning lessons throughout their life that they're living, because that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, the lump sum of your life is nothing but memories and lessons. Memories and lessons that we gain, all these experiences and everything are memories and lessons that we could either pass on or we could die with. I'd rather pass on these memories and lessons than die with them. So I try to sprinkle them throughout music, throughout books, throughout positive messages and things like that, because honestly, positivity is the only thing that's going to sustain us. You got to be positive in all your endeavors and what you do, how you live your life, because if you don't, that negativity will consume you eventually. See, it takes a lot of energy to be just a negative, person. You know what I mean? But it really don't take a lot of effort to be positive. You know what I mean? When you could block that negative energy that your environment or people always try to give you, if you could block that out, then you could really just, you know, have a clear mind, have a clear vision, have a clear path to doing what you got to do. You know what I mean? Look at a no, or look at uh, anything that's coming flying your way that's foul or negative in any type of way as an opportunity to grow, to learn how to maneuver different, how to curve, how to dodge that. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. You got to have that curvature about you. You got to be wily. You got to be wily. You got to know how to, you know what I mean? Shit, life gets tough, the tough get going. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're gonna fall. Sometimes you gonna have to figure out a way how to do this and do that. The whole thing is, it's not about the fall, it's about to get back. You always got to get back. You always got to come back. You know what I mean? We go through things in life. That's what this life gonna do. But adversity builds character, and it's proven that anything you go through, for real, it's just gonna make you stronger if you can make it through it. If you can make it through it and still maintain your positivity, but still have that strong positivity where you could use that negative energy that's kind of fed to you as fuel for your positivity, for your forward movement. Like a locomotive use coal to the fire to move the train. That's how you gotta use that negativity. You gotta push this train, this vessel we call a body forward. You know what I mean? We gotta push our mind. You know what I mean? We gotta push our spirit, our mind is attached to our spiritual, and our brain is attached to our body. So your mind never dies because that's attached to your spirit. That's something totally different. That's called software, right? Your brain is the hardware, right? It's just like your body is the vessel for your soul. Your soul is software. Your vessel, your body is hardware. Your brain is a vessel for the mind, the things you think. Those are attached to your soul. That's the duality of a concept. That's the duality of your mentality, and that's the duality of your spirituality. And it's the same with your body as well. You got an exterior body and you got an interior, your heart, your lungs, and so forth and so on. So your mind lives on with your spirit. Your brain dies with your body. When this vessel goes, your brain goes. That's gone unless they preserve it somehow. You know, sometimes they like preserving it. I guess it is preserved if they find a way to preserve the mind. The spirit preserves the mind because the mind goes with the spirit, right? Hmm. That's interesting to think. What if they figured out a way to capture the spirit and mind, just like the vessel and the brain has captured the spirit and mind? Because think about it. Your mind is something constructed inside of your brain, right? That's your mentality. That's what your brain, you know what I mean? Your mind is, the programming of your brain, basically, the software. And that's what your soul is to your body, your spirit, right? The software to your body, the thing that makes your heart beat, right? The thing that makes it all pump and go round and round, right? What if somebody, just like your body and your brain captured your mind and your soul, or the creator put the mind in the soul, put the creator put the mind in the brain, and the creator put the soul in the body. What if man could figure out a way to capture the mind and soul just like the creator has given the mind and the soul? Whew, that's deep reference. That's deep thought. That's the type of things I like to expound upon. Those are the type of things I have on my mind at times. Mm. Those are the type of books that I want to write. Those are the type of things that I write about and morals and values and things of that nature. You know, um, that was deep. Wow. Yeah, but please check my album out if you get a chance. It's called F. So all you got to do if you put in your search bar on all music streaming platforms, all you got to do is hit the letter F, and my album might be the first album that pop up because the title of it is F. It's the F album. Just pick up the effing album with the F. With the F. Pick up the effing album. Effing. Effing. F. With the F. Stream the album. You stream it for free anyway. Just stream the freaking album. I'm saying everything with F. The album starts with an F. And every title on the album starts with an F as well. Listen, listen. I was just cracking the fuck up because I even think I fucked up the album cover a little bit, but I kind of fucked it up on purpose a little bit. It's like half a F on the album cover. It's fucking hilarious. Like, oh my God. It is what it is. It's
Are you
creation.
really
It's
free?
creating something. It's
Provided
just putting something
sometimes
out there.
freedom really comes when you open
Uh,
your mind. Give your freedom
but
up for the nickels and dimes. Give
oh
your
my God,
freedom up for the things that shines. Give my
I'm
freedom up
thankful,
for the
man. I'm
things
just
that's
thankful
mine.
for,
Give
you know
my
what I
soul
mean?
up if you touch
Really
one of
just having
mine.
this time
Everything
to
that's free
be
is
able to
made by
explore
design.
and
Staying
grow
positive, remember to
and
stay humble and grind. And any
cultivate
negativity,
ideas,
just take it and shine. I'm not Martin
really
Luther King or
explore
Malcolm
different
X with mine.
avenues
Created my
of
own lane, I ain't
life.
even made
Like
up my mind.
that's who I
Sitting in the
always
crib,
been.
listening, I was
You
like
know, I've been a
Farrakhan.
truck
Let us
driver.
unite, not
I've
divide. I'm
been
right there with mine. It's a
a
hard
truck
ass
driver for
grind,
so
but I'm
long.
taking my time. But if you
I've been a
put the
bus
time
driver.
in, the rough and
I've
cold will shine. Especially
done
when you got that
security.
cold ride of diamond mine.
Been a
I'm
construction
chasing my
worker.
dreams, I'm
I've
going after mine. It's hard being an entrepreneur, I'm
done
doing
many things.
constant work.
I've
Follow
acquired
my
many
vision and let
trades.
my
I'm a jack
talent
of all
shine. From
trades,
roots to
master of none, but
podcast,
better
yeah,
to be
let
a
my talent
jack
grind. I
of all
follow the
trades than a
blueprint,
master
I'm
of
a
one.
damn sure
I'm gonna say
follow
that
mine.
again because I
Follow
fucked it
my
up.
rhyme, put me in a
You
place
can't
of
fuck up
father
the
time.
saying.
I knew it was coming, all I had
Jack
to
of
do
all
was take my
trades,
time
master of none,
and follow my
but
first
better to
mind.
be a
Stay
jack
on
of
my
all
grind.
trades than a master of one. That's how I look at it.
Are we really
Because we gotta have multiple
free?
hats in this
Yeah.
life. It's like you gotta
Are
wear
we
multiple hats. You
really
gotta have
free?
multiple things under your
Yeah,
belt because
yeah,
you never
yeah.
know where life will
Are
take you.
we
You
really
never know what'll happen in life. You know what I
free?
mean?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
hearing all this
yeah.
news about
Are we really free? I
New
can stand in one
wars and
place
new
and bring the
things
world
that's
to
coming
me. Your
up. You know
freedom
what I mean?
floating
What's
there while
supposed to
you
be
drowning
happening?
in the
What's not
sea. If
supposed
your
to be
life
happening in
fading fast,
society.
you done made it
And
through a
really,
fatal crash. Life
tomorrow's
changes
not
events,
guaranteed
change your
on a
tense. Now you
personal
see
level
what's really
or
real.
on
No more
a social level
arguments.
out.
Living life for
You
the
know what I
future.
mean? Somebody
Understanding
might
that
have
past
plans to do
tense will
something
make
way out
sense. Make
somewhere in a
scenes.
foreign
All
land
for the
that we
cheddar, the
don't know
cream, the
about to
triple
us.
beans. Rocking out with the
You know what I
ones who
mean? That's
still
why I feel
have
like
these dreams. All for
we
the night,
really
man. We
should
Freddy Krueger
unite.
Symphonies. We
We really
bending all the
should,
rules. We breaking
you
all of
know,
the
be
chains. The way
together
my
and
heart
stop,
bent is
you know,
still
be
sharp
more
remain. I'm
instrumental
learning my
in all of
landscape.
us
I'm learning
achieving
my
things.
terrain. I pray
Because
to
I'm gonna
create a
tell you,
watch
whether
me
or
and
not
guide me through the
whatever
grain.
you
I pray to
decide to
create a
do
watch you and
on
guide
a
you through the
personal
same.
level for yourself to pave your, you know what I mean, to pave your way in doing something, I'm gonna always support you in whatever way I can. You know what I mean? If that's even just a like, a subscription, or a listen, or a follow, whatever you want to call it, a good comment, a funny post, or whatever, a repost of what you put up there. That's what I'm gonna do for you because that's what it's about. It's about really pushing each other's pushing each other's initiatives forward. Because to be honest with you, nowadays you don't have people doing this for each other no more. You know what I mean? You don't have each other supporting each other's projects or supporting each other's brain. Who you are is your brain, and we don't have enough of each other supporting each other's brain. If a man is trying to get ahead to support his family, his community, and whoever else he support by putting himself out there with his music, with whatever he's doing, with his books, with his movies, with his water ice stand, with his pretzel shop, with his movie theater, with his barber shop. You don't try to hinder that man from being able to do that thing. You don't hinder that woman from being able to do that thing. You know what I mean? You gotta help people push their dreams and their visions forward because they're not your dreams and visions. They're their dreams and visions. And that's the thing about it. We in society today, we look down upon people's dreams and visions, but you can't do that to anybody. You can't do that to the youth. You can't do that to your peers. You can't do that to anybody who's inspiring somebody to do something. There's a woman or a man somewhere trying to go to school in their 50s right now. There's a woman or a man somewhere trying to go to school in their 50s right now. And there's somebody sitting around them in their circle, in their immediate circle, probably shunning them for trying to go back to school in their 50s. That's sad because if they feel like they want to go to school and achieve a goal, that they set in their mind that they want to achieve, for whatever personal reasons it is for them to achieve this goal, you should support that. You should support that. To be honest with you, you support that because you don't know why they want to do that. You don't know the full understanding of, you don't comprehend what they're trying to do. They could be doing something just for them. They could be doing something to, you know what I mean? So they can achieve something else. They could be trying to get somewhere. They don't want to tell nobody where they're trying to get to. All they telling people is, I'm going back to school. I got to get da 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 da. You know what I mean? That's how it is, man. You know what I mean? Everybody have things they got to accomplish. Everybody has this. Everybody has a dream job that they want to get. Everybody has that application they put in at that dream place. You know what I mean? And they're hoping and they're praying and they're wishing on that job to come through. For them, that's the end all be all to everything, you know? And sometimes they don't get that opportunity because they'll say they're overqualified for the job. At that point, I always ask myself, what the hell? Even as a younger guy, you know, you know, in my early 20s and things like that, right? You know, because I always was, applying for truck driving jobs and things like that. And then when I came back to the city, it was like, because I drove in Tennessee, um, I drove in Texas, Florida, I drove in Minnesota, New England, Boston, Massachusetts, West Virginia, you name it, I've been there, everywhere east of the Mississippi, right? So I forgot where I was going with this. But anyway, it's like you have to really push a person to follow their dreams sometimes. If they feel as if they want to do it, you know what I mean? You have to push them to go forward and do that. Because, it's a lot of reasons that people got to accomplish things. And one of those reasons is we want to feel accomplished in our personal endeavors. You know what I mean? It's the small accomplishments that we make in our life that support the bigger accomplishments that we're trying to get to in our future. You know, right now in our present, we take these steps and we take the appropriate steps and we bridge this gap between us and our future right here in our present, and what we do now dictates where we're going to get to in our future. If you have consistency, if you have time, if you have patience, if you have the mental fortitude, if you have the wherewithal, if you have the drive, if you're goal driven or goal oriented, you'll get there. Because right now you're talking about it. Right now you're trying to see something through, right? But the whole thing is you got to actually put yourself out there or really, really try to strive to achieve that instead of saying, I can't because of this. I can't because of that. I can't do it because of this. I can't do it because of that. You can do it. No matter what the odds are, you can do it. I'm prime example of that. I don't really put my shit out there like that. But trust me, people will try to not give you your leeway or give you your just due per se, right? And a lot of times that happen. A lot of times people will in society let you fall to the wayside and things of that nature. People will people will forget about you if you're not of a certain financial status or if you don't look the same or if you don't play the part that they want you to play, because some people they see you for one aspect of you. They don't see you for the total package that you are. And I think that's what I was getting at with the truck driving thing. Because a person will only know you in life for one thing. Shit, I drove for Pepsi too. So when I go to the store, they think I'm there to drop off soda every fucking time? No, no. Right now, I'm not the Pepsi guy. Right now, I'm the customer fucking guy. You know what I mean? Every time I see somebody in the street, they gonna ask me, "Do I got any free passes?" No, right now I'm not a bus driver. Right now I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an artist. I'm an author. I'm a publisher. Right now, you know. And it's funny because we wear these different hats. Like sometimes I do lawn work. You know, sometimes you'll see me. I'm doing lawn work. You won't think I'm doing anything with my life. You'll think I'm just out there cleaning grass. I do lawn work, all that shit. I do construction work. I help move out houses and shit like that as well. Like I don't, I don't discriminate. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I'm a down to earth type of dude, and I prefer to live that way. Any type of monetization that I, amass from any project that I do is purely for sustaining my family and trying to drive them to, drive me and drive them and trying to, make a living for us, making a living for everybody so we can have a nice life. I'm tired of playing a game where I'm dividing my time between work and I'm dividing my time between my kids. And half the time I can't even get my kids because I go through things in life where uh, you know, life shit happens, right? So I gotta, do what I gotta do and try to pave my way in different ways. So that way I can actually have time instead of having to go somewhere and give all my time to one place, have to worry about home life, what's going on with my family over here. And then my adjacent family, my main family, but adjacent, my kids and everything. And I got to bring all of that together. And I have to find something to do with all that. And me in that space and that, me having to be so busy in my personal life, I figured what I have time to do is to do things within that realm. I can do books. I can do podcasts. I can do game streaming because these are things that, I'm interested in. My son's interested in, becoming a game streamer. So I actually, set him up with a game streaming, you know, I'm trying to get him doing the game streaming. I'm setting him up with the YouTube channel and everything, getting him out there. I'm trying to get my daughter incorporated with doing something. She might want to make jewelry and put it on Amazon and things like this. Hooray! It's all a blessing. The thing is, you know, we all got that thing where we just want to get a job, work every day, and make our way, get a retirement, get our pension and everything, and make it that way. But there's better ways of doing it. You know, you don't have to work for the rest of your life. You can put out projects and amass wealth through what you're able to do, what you're able to craft and cultivate on your own. And I mean, that's not for everybody, but that's something that I want to indulge in because I'm very much interested in entrepreneurship, but not just entrepreneurship to be an entrepreneur. I don't want to merchandise anything, even though I know eventually that'll come. The only thing I want to merchandise is me, to be honest with you. The only thing I'm selling you is me, my point of view on things, my thoughts on things, an interesting take on this or that, my morals and values, my one leap of faith, that I had to take on me in order to, try to secure something better for my family, for me personally. Because I mean, throughout these throughout these seasons of me doing this podcast, this God Concept podcast, y'all gonna learn more and more about me. I'm gonna dive into my life a little bit more. And, I just want you to take it easy with me. Because I'm gonna take it easy with y'all. I'm an open book. I don't judge people. I'm non-judgmental. So, in that in that uh aspect of things, and that, you know, it's like every situation that I go through in life, I realize it's like, and everybody, you'll get this. You might go through something when you're 10 years old, but when you remember that situation when you're 20 years old, I'm sorry. I get tongue tied a little bit. I'm sorry. Speech impediment, whatever. When you're 10 years old, you're gonna go through something, right? When you're 20 years old, you're gonna get a different lesson out of what you went through when you was 10 years old than what you got of it out of it when you was 10 years old, right? When you was 10 years old, you just gonna learn, damn, Johnny did this because of this, right? Johnny stole from me because I let him hold something I shouldn't have let him hold, right? And he never returned my shit. Don't trust people. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But when you're older, you look at that same situation and it's like, You be like, damn, not only was this going on, that was going on, this and that was going on. And Johnny May was looking at something different than you was looking at and took something from you because you probably took something from somebody else. Or you probably, you know what I mean, did something to this person or something this happened or Johnny just ain't have and he wanted and he was a little bit jealous of this or that you had. So he asked to hold it and took it and didn't want to give it back or whatever, or this, that. So there's all types of lessons that you learn from things. You know what I mean? When you look back at it, if you have, if you're fortunate enough to have the memory to remember things from, throughout your life. Some of us are unfortunate to where we can't remember things from when we were 10 or from when we were 5. I remember things from when I was in the crib watching, uh, what is it? Soul Train in the crib when I was a little boy with this little big ass brown glowing afro. You know what I mean? And it's like I remember that. I remember things from when I was in this very neighborhood that I live in now, but on the next block over. It's like I remember things from that street. It's like I remember jumping from a third floor window onto onto two mattresses stacked on top of each other. And when I'm coming down, I noticed I'm like, is that a fucking brick in the middle of the mattresses? Fucking brick was laying in the middle of the mattresses that I was jumping. I was jumping out of the window. They was scaring me. You know what I mean? We ran through the house. I was supposed to jump out. I was like, oh shit, I'm not jumping out of this fucking window. So now it's an abandoned building we running through. Everybody in the building banging on the wall. So everybody coming. So I'm like, all right, I gotta jump out this fucking window. So I jump, jumping, looking at the bed. I'm like, yo, is that a fucking brick on the beds? They had beds was stacked up, so you wouldn't really like bust your ass or whatever. So I hit the ground. Bloof. I hit the beds. Bloof. Was the second or third? I don't fucking know. Anyway, I hit the fucking beds. Bloof. I ain't hit the brick, thank God. And I just got up and I dusted my fucking self off. Everybody was looking out the window like, this motherfucker really did it. Like, yeah, jump. I'm out. But that's the funny shit. It's like, you know, I have so many great memories, great childhood memories that, you know, I was or wasn't a part of or involved in. But it's like you're there, but you're not there. There's a lot of things you see, but you don't see that I don't like. Some things you just take it and you just smile and you like, hey, whatever. Because we're observers. Me personally, I like to be an observer. You know, I like to observe and just mind my business a lot. I'm a real, you know what I mean, live and let live. You know what I mean, type of person. So, eh, whatever. Let me end this podcast, man. Uh, we'll be right back after messages from our sponsors. Hey, real quick, guys. This Mr. Pagan here. Just want to let y'all know that I have books available on Amazon, Kindle, bookstores on your phones. I got 2 great titles available and a third one coming soon. My philosophy is if you got a smartphone or a smart device, you already got my book in your hands. It's free for download if you got Kindle Unlimited, and it's $5 otherwise. For One Leap of Faith, it's $5, and for my book Morals and Values, it's $5.25. Both of them are packed with insightful information on morals and values, and One Leap of Faith is to push you to get on your grind for your goals. You know what I mean? 2 powerful books. I got a thriller coming up called Moonlit Marshes with a character. The protagonist is Marshall Cuts, and he's trying to get his way. He's trying to find his way out of Louisiana without getting himself hurt or killed or something. It's a great suspenseful book. Please check it out.
It's going to be on Amazon Kindle store. Remember, both these books are available for free. One Leap of Faith and Morals and Value. You got Kindle Unlimited. They're available for free. And also, don't forget to check out my game stream on YouTube, Gaming Vaping Guns. And on Twitch, I'm GVG215. All right? And also, my music streams on all streaming platforms. Whether you got Apple, it's there. Whether you got Tidal, guess what? It's there. You listen on Spotify? Yeah, I'm on Spotify. This podcast is actually on Spotify, also the music. So yeah, we well-rounded. Everything that I'm doing is complementing each other. So please, support the movement, support my brand, support the positive energy that I'm putting out there. And you guys, be blessed. May peace be with you.